CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
It's closed. I don't think it's gonna be able to read. It's closed.
Just make it just like, yeah.
We should all share on your phone. Share what?
Here, I'll give you one of mine. Oh, this is still left. Unless I give you my left, then you use your left.
Whoever's starting, make sure to give that small pause so people can join, share, and all that stuff. What'd you say? Whoever's opening it up, we should all take a moment, like 2 minutes, to say, hey. Just to say, after your quick introduction of the topic, all right, we're gonna take just a minute so everybody could take the time to join, get what you need, like and share. We need to do that every time.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. Nice and slow.
Good evening, viewers and our lovely guests, dearest gentle listeners. In a town where whispers travel faster than truth, and courage is rarer than diamonds, there exists but one voice bold enough to speak for the people. Welcome to CMP Radio, the only independent radio station in all of Chester, where injustices are not merely observed, but confronted, and where hope is not simply spoken of, but restored through the power of conversation. Indeed, this evening marks our third live gathering, and what a distinguished assembly we have before us. First, we present Natalie, devoted wife to Woodley Paul these 8 years, mother of 5 spirited heirs, and a brilliant microbiologist who commands both the laboratory and her household with equal precision. Then, the ever-enterprising Rosie, wife to Zahn Bell for 5 years, mother of 5, and a formidable cleaning business preparator whose ambition shines brighter than polished silver. We are joined by Christina, esteemed wife of Dramar Phillips, the first for 7 years, mother of 2, and a corporate professional navigating the modern world with grace and resolve. And finally, me, Dominique, a mother of 2, a fearless community activist, and perhaps, if society has eyes to see, this season's diamond. Tonight, dear listeners, we dare to explore the most tantalizing of subjects: courtship, proposals, and sacred covenant of marriage, and the art of keeping passion aflame long after the vows are spoken. Prepare yourselves, for here at CMP Radio, reputations may be examined, truths may be unveiled, and hearts may very well be stirred. Do tune in and be refreshed. And welcome to tonight's episode of Rooted Real Delva Diaries. So go and collect your tea, go and gather your things, and get ready for tonight's episode. We'll give you about 3 minutes to get ready. Get on the live, get ready to share your comments, and we're happy that you're here tonight. We're gonna go ahead and share the link. Send the link to some friends. Go ahead and share, and we'll do the same, and we'll get started in just a moment.
Yeah. It's gonna get a little hot in here this evening.
Oh man, Have you guys caught up?
To Bridgerton?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen any of the episodes this season.
Oh, okay.
I haven't.
Okay.
This was supposed to be, we were supposed to be here last week, but we had some family urgencies that came up. But here we are this week. We have Mayasia. Mayasia, always say that.
Hi,
Malaysia.
Hi, Malaysia.
Hey, welcome,
Hi,
welcome.
This is the last time.
But definitely, so tonight's show is gonna require engagement. So get in the comments. If you're having trouble and you have one of our numbers, text us. But we definitely gonna need guest and viewer participation. So get in the comments, share it with your friends, tell them to get in the comments as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Dad.
Yes, and also if you have a chance, if you can upload your Valentine's Day outfit.
Oh yeah. Tell us what you did for Valentine's Day in the comments. And actually, I guess we could get started with ours. Or you want to give it another minute?
Let's wait another minute.
Yeah,
for
let's give it
everybody
another
to
minute.
Share. I'm gonna share my link. So the design you have a minute.
But it was Rosie's idea, good idea, to get all dressed up and in theme for this evening, and kind of use Bridgerton vibes to influence the conversations for tonight.
Since it's on love
Yes,
and relationships and singleness.
Anybody watch Bridgerton out there? What y'all think about season 4?
Or which season is your favorite?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really vibing with the season.
This season?
It's a little
Without giving it away.
I'm not gonna give it away, but to me,
Okay.
it's not as like spicy as I'm just used to it being.
This season is more family friendly, is what you're saying?
Definitely not family friendly.
Not
There's
family.
some, I mean, there's some, you know, they're always gonna keep the
No.
scenes
Yeah.
in the Bridgertons, but I don't know. I think the second half is going to be. I think this is the build up. It's building up so many stories, but I don't want to
So,
give it away.
The first season is my favorite because I feel like I guess let me get the mic. The first season is my favorite because it is not an emotional roller coaster. I can like maintain my energy with it. Like I don't know, my emotions with it, not energy. And I like that it was very old fashioned. It seemed more old fashioned, old school, but as more seasons came out, you could see that they dumped the modern twist to it, you know.
Yeah,
Especially
they
the
did.
music.
Yeah. But the first season, I like it because it just kept you on your toes and it kept you drooling. I was like, okay.
Welcome,
It was
Ryan.
hot.
Hey,
It was
we
hot.
got Rebel Foster in the house. DJ Rebel Foster. welcome.
Yeah, tea party crazy.
Get
But
your tea.
you know, my favorite was Queen Charlotte. Queen Charlotte was dope. Everything she went with her husband, and I love you, and just the strength and the mental illness and all of it, her faithfulness and all the kids they had, and then just the last scene when she was under the bed with her husband. It was just, but it just reminds you that we'll get into it.
I mean,
in this conversation, it's just the things we have to put up with our significant others and what it really means when sickness and in health, and that's physical health and mental health. So it was just wow, just the vow, how she kept it.
Isn't that the same King George and Hamilton and
Yes.
the same King George that we gained our independence from?
Yes. Yes,
That's
that's the
it?
same
Yeah,
King
it's the same
George.
King George. So I guess
If he wasn't mad, then I'll let you finish.
because after Charlotte, in the end of Charlotte, they were alluding to how the monarchy started having problems with not having an heir, and I wonder if that plays into little bit plays into like revolution and all that during that time.
Natalie, what was your favorite episode?
I haven't watched the Bridgerton.
All four? Oh.
Well, let's get into the reality. Back to reality. We're gonna talk a little bit about our Valentine's. Go ahead, share in the comments what you did for Valentine's Day, and I guess we'll start with Natalie on how your Valentine's Day went.
On the actual day, I worked. So I didn't get to celebrate on the actual day. But that's a part of being a mom and a wife, taking care of what you gotta take care of. So we celebrated Valentine's Day the following day. But during Valentine's Day, I was sharing my knowledge I was training some of my staff and giving them support because we went live with a new software in the lab. So that's where I was. But the following day, me and my husband went to this new Indian restaurant that's in Delaware. It's in that same strip. Don't ask me the name, I don't remember. I was
On 202?
on 202 where the what's in that shopping center? Olive Gardens, the Red Lobster.
Okay.
There's a new Indian spot in Delaware. So we took the time, went to church, and then met up, had dinner together, had some wine. Indian food is one of our favorite foods as a couple. So and it was kind of low key. Usually we do crazy stuff, but yeah, we kind of kept it low key this year. But we definitely got time. We always make time to celebrate the small moments with each other, even in the busyness of our lives.
I want to go next because very similar to Natalie's. I think I relate so much to you because this year, we didn't really celebrate on Valentine's Day either because I knew Valentine's Day we were gonna have the kids, and you can't really get all romantic and all of that. And so the night before, we decided to just hang out. I got some strawberries, some wine, and we just laid in bed and just watched anime. We watched our favorite anime and just chilled. Didn't do anything like romance. No, it was just so nice to just have some peace, some space. We put the babies to bed early, and then on Valentine's Day, because we had the kids, Jamar was like, "Listen, I could take the whole family out to a nice restaurant." Or he bought like these huge, massive steaks, and you know, right now in supermarkets, steaks are so expensive. So he bought these massive steaks, and he said, "Do you want to take the family out, or do you just want to stay inside and make and I'll cook for you and the family?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, 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 yes." I did not want to go out, so I don't know.
Did he cook dinner?
He did. He made the steaks. Well, I prefer Jamar's steaks over any steakhouse steak.
And his fried chicken.
and
his fish.
Oh, and his Mexican rice.
But going back to what Natalie said.
And just peaches.
Lord.
Oh yeah.
But I just a nice low key Valentine's weekend was just so nice. After all the chaos of the week and kids, it was just so nice to just be homebound, snuggled in, and just mood on. So I'm a little bit with Natalie. I enjoyed that. Just I needed it. Yeah. But we can go back through, and as you tell your stories, one of my questions I asked Rosie was, do you think Valentine's Day needs to be this whole glamorous flowers, bouquet, fancy restaurants, the tight dress and the heels and all of that? Does it have to be a show? Or can it just
Depends on
be
your
low
budget.
key low key at home?
On the season you're in, I think.
Yeah, yes.
Depending on the season, sometimes you want to get dressed up, look sexy, and do. Sometimes the Valentine's Day, last year's Valentine's Day, it was low key, but my intentions was to romanticize my bedroom, right? So I had the boys in on it. So I had to work. I think it was a weekday last year, and I told the boys, "Oh, mommy had to work, but when we go home, we're gonna set up the room. And y'all gonna help me." So they helped me like clean up the room. We had rose petals, candles everywhere, wine.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, but I that was intentional. I just was like,
I
just want to be home. I want to romanticize my bedroom, make it sexy, make it welcoming, make it,
in the mood.
the love nest. Make it a love nest, love making nest.
Yeah, y'all know how to do it.
Maisha said, I don't like that everyone knows who Lady Whistledown is. Oh, in the show.
Oh yeah, for this
Oh,
season.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Brian said, anime watching is romantic.
It is. Is he laughing at me?
First of all,
No, I think he's
Or
agreeing.
he's agreeing? No, he
I
got
don't
laugh
know,
face
he's
there.
agreeing on that.
Yeah,
Brian,
clarify that first, Ryan.
But some of the
I like anime.
animes,
Hey, Bristow, shout out.
some of the animes out there are like, borderline porn.
Okay.
Some of them.
Yeah, cause they always have to scandalize the women. The women boobs always gotta be out. The shortest skirts gotta be on. And every time they bend over, they flash their bottoms on anime.
So
Anime is very.
I guess it depends on what kind of anime you were watching.
Oh, we are stuck on.
Yeah.
Hold up.
For camera.
That's kind of hot.
No. It was a what are we watching right now? It's the 4 like they're like knights. They go into like this different world and they're 4 knights. One is a shield hero. I think it's called shield hero or something like that. Jamar, babe, when you hop on, answer this question because I know you're gonna jump on at some point. What's the name of the anime you're watching? But Rosie and Dominique, what did you do for Valentine's Day?
Dominique can go.
But that makes a little bit of different because you're in a season of singleness.
I am. Well,
So
actually,
as
my title is no longer single. Ladies,
Excuse me.
my title is officially self-partner.
Self-partner,
I
okay.
am self-partnered. That's like the
Loving
new thing.
yourself.
That's the new thing. Can you look up what self-partner?
Yes, I'll
you-
look
look it up.
into it and then you.
But it
can.
sounds,
Telling you.
in the now.
I know, there's a name for everything.
Oh,
I'm no longer single. I am a self-partner.
So
I
at first,
take my
when I first read about self-partnered, I read an article talking about Emma Watson from Harry Potter, like what's her name? What's the character's name?
His best friend.
Yeah.
right there.
Hermione.
Yeah.
Right now, she is identifying herself as self-partnered. And what that means, at first I was like, that sounds like you just go to, like, that's a fancy way of saying you masturbate or something.
That's asexual.
So I was just like,
Asexual.
nah, it's not. But then when I read into it, I was like, okay, it's not about like self-gratification. It's more so being intentional on spending time with yourself, taking yourself out, spending money on yourself, actually planning activities and planning a time for yourself, whether it's staying in or going out. And so I've been exploring that, and I did research to figure out what that looks like because I don't want to go around saying I'm self-partnered and like it meant something different than what I assumed. So I have been intentionally planning dates with myself, and it's hard. It's actually really hard for me, at least, because it's something I've never done. I've either had my siblings or great friends or my ex-husband. I've had. So when I plan it and I'm headed to or I'm getting ready, I find myself wanting to text a friend or text someone, hey, you want to go do this? You want to go there? And I have to stop myself and say, nope, this is a time for myself. And I feel guilt, like I shouldn't be doing this for myself. That's not fair. And I think it's because Poppy instilled in us so much to be each other's friends and like be each other's companions, that now it's almost as if I'm doing something wrong. So for Valentine's Day, I didn't celebrate the day of, but the night before, I purchased tickets months ahead to go to country line dancing in
You gotta show some of your moves.
in I'll post the video, I guess, a snippet of it. It was really fun, but it was at the Grand Opera House in Wilmington.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was on the fence when it was coming time to go. I wasn't too sure, but I was like, I got the tickets. Let me go. The tickets were $7, and the parking was $4. So for under $15, I got to spend some time with myself. And it was really fun, and it was like you can count on one hand how many of us were there. But it was still really fun. I learned some new dances. I love to dance and like be very physically active. I think it always brings me to my best mood when I'm physically active. And then I didn't stay the whole time. It was like 7 to 10. I didn't stay. I stayed for like left around right before 9 because I had to go back to the girls. And then I packed and went to visit my best friend and her family, which are my family, my mom, my dad, which I've known since 7th grade. They've been very close to me in Lewisburg. So shout out to the Gallo family. I know they'll watch this later. And it was like a 2.5-hour drive, and it was a good drive up until the last 40 minutes, and I was like looking from one eye, nodding my head.
On your way back?
On the way there. On the way
okay,
back, it was
okay.
pretty. I thought the girls were gonna fall asleep, and my daughters, but they were up the whole time together. Now it was like Brittany's first time being very aware of the trip, and we had a blast. It was very chill. We relaxed, and then we came back. Fed some ducks up there. Came back. So that was my Valentine. I enjoyed it.
Did you find out anything shocking? Like
About myself?
yourself, yeah. Or if you think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I think of it, I'll share.
Come
It'll
back
come.
around.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Yes.
Can I make a big comment?
Go ahead. Absolutely.
I think what you're doing is so important because when you do go back into dating and all that, when you set a standard for yourself on dating, that standard, like the person that decides to come into your life and meet you at that level, you know, well, I like to treat myself this way and this way and this way, and then they'll step in and then treat you how you treat yourself. Because, man, 15, being together with Jamar for 15 years, and so we started dating when I was 20, when I didn't know myself, and I never really dated myself, and all these things, didn't really know myself. It's like I'm trying to teach myself, and also teach my husband, like, this is the type of dates I like, and I do like my baths being set up and having wine, and so I'm trying to start doing those things, and he started to catch on. And he was like, oh, Christina did that for herself? Okay, she likes that. Okay, I'm gonna try to give her that either as a present or, as a, I'm gonna surprise her. So I think what you're doing is awesome.
Thank you.
After Rosie shares her story, I'm gonna share something that I went through, similar to what you're going through.
Okay.
But I need Rosie to.
What
did
did
you're
you
not
do?
getting
I know I
out
have to
of
take my fan out for this one.
Oh man. So Valentine's Day.
Yeah. She can't.
What happened? I gotta look at my Google Calendar and see where was I on the map. But I just remember going to the store and all the balloons were like halfway gone.
Yeah.
It was just mayhem. I don't know if it's because a lot of people took off this Friday and it was a long weekend and it was President's Day, but it was just, I just remember it being chaotic. we wanted to go out, but that just didn't happen. Like, it was just kind of a fast weekend. I'm sorry. um, it probably wasn't until President's Day, that things got spicy. But I do want to mention, like, it wasn't for us. It wasn't just this. I'm telling you the truth. For this month, I'm getting hot. I'm used to asking the question. For for this month, I guess this month has been like Valentine's Day for most of our weekends. Yes.
Because you're reading the book of Songs of Solomon.
We
That's
are.
yes.
We have been reading Songs of Solomon. We've been going through it, and it's like just one of those books. You read Proverbs. You read what's it called? Brain fog tonight. Daniel, but you just kind of skip over Song of Songs. And so Song of Songs is probably the number one love song, love book
In the
ever
Bible.
written.
Yes.
Whoever,
so this is a book in the Bible.
yes.
If you guys want to know what we're talking about,
Are we gonna let's open it up.
grab your Bible.
Yeah.
It's in the Old Testament, and go read that book.
Song of Solomon.
You're gonna be like, wait, what?
So oftentimes we don't. The pastor's not gonna preach on it in church
Yes.
because of children, but
Our pastor.
it's about a two people that is going to get married, and it has a lot of peaks and valleys, and a lot of
Peaks and valleys.
What did
Yeah.
what did she taste like?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Milk and honey.
Milk.
tasting of the milk and honey.
And the overflowing.
Put in the comments what you did for Valentine's.
Yeah, we want to
Yeah,
see those
of you that are
pictures. We
single,
want to see the
married,
outfits.
dating,
Asia,
engaged.
Crystal, what y'all do
Yes,
for
what y'all do for
Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Whoever's.
I know I saw Malaysia pictures with Andrew. I was like, ooh, they are so cute.
Yeah,
They were
I saw
so
that.
cute.
Yeah.
It looked like they were having a good time.
Were there any events happening? For
Yeah, I
Valentine's
think
Day?
Thank you, Leslie.
City Eats, Just Eats.
Okay, there was
Everybody
something there.
Everybody Eats had an event over the weekend.
Okay.
And they have an event this Saturday, by the way. It's like
Accountability dinner.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go to that. Me and Mark's gonna go to that.
I want to go. I'm probably not. But they said, yeah, I'm gonna go.
Is Crystal hosting that one? No,
Jameer.
Morales. What's her name? Kiara Morales.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, she's on the panel.
She's on the
Pierre Morales.
Yeah.
Oh, I just ordered some of her products. So
Is state rep Carol Cuisine gonna be? No. Okay.
but yeah, let's see some of the comments. What did you guys do?
Yeah, let me finish telling y'all.
Okay, Rosie.
I'm just pulling it up real quick. Song of Songs, real quick. Not gonna make it weird.
You are.
But when my king lover lay down beside me, my fragrance filled the room, his head resting between my breasts. The head of my lover was a sachet of sweet myrrh. My beloved is a bouquet of wildflowers picked just for me from the field of En-Gedi.
Now
So that's
was
a
the
small
song
piece.
Solomon.
Go back and finish
Song
reading
of
it.
Songs.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
real quick. Let
Yeah.
me make it short. Last year, very rough patch. This year, we just are trying to be just more transparent, consistent, and when you have to address something, just finding a way to talk about it without, especially for me, without being sarcastic, But we've been reading the Song of Songs, and I'm so happy that my pastor went there because a lot of people skip over it. Also, I want to mention this book. It's called Pillow Fights by Matt and Amanda Manny. it is revolutionary for your relationship. So we've been doing that, and it wasn't just this weekend that's been good. Basically, in a nutshell, it's been just this whole month to the point where we miss service some Sundays.
So what brought y'all to that space? Because you said last year was a rough patch. So, what brought you guys to the space that you are in now?
Being vulnerable. Sometimes you think that one, what they call it, red flag, or you're non-negotiable. Yeah. You're non-negotiable. Like, if this happened, I'm out. There's no way I'm ever gonna deal with this. I can't. I don't have the capacity. I just can't. Sometimes that happens. I'm not gonna go into details. But just forgiving, like just being able to forgive and to find a way moving forward. And
so forgiving on a non-negotiable?
Yes, surprisingly. Yes.
So it's not a non-negotiable.
It depends.
You thought it was
10 years ago when you're changing your vows. You don't know until you go through it. What your true non-negotiables are.
And when you love someone, right?
Especially when you love, you find out how much you love them. Sometimes loving, like if somebody I don't know, they hit you with a car, that should be a permanent non-negotiable. Some things you do have to love from a distance. Yeah. So it's case by case. So for me, it was just and then when it wasn't just him. We both did things. But just coming forward, and it's just about, are you really sorry? Because sometimes you'll say, well, if you never did this, then I would have never did that. So in a way, you made me do it. So not saying things like that, and just, and I'm telling you, a lot of people say, young people think they really understand sex and this and that, and it just doesn't get better till after 40.
Listen, if sex get better after 40, then what? Listen, I don't know
what you having now?
What am I having now?
No, when you have a woman who's well into her 60s tell you that it gets even better now, you scratching your head.
Yeah. What you doing at 60?
But you know what it is?
The key is stay hydrated.
Stay moisturized.
But I think the key is living those years and years after each other and making it through those difficult seasons. The connection that you build with that person is stronger and more intimate. So the love making has new meanings and new levels. And you thinking a 60-year-old, what do you have left? But it's the level of intimacy that you...
Same arguments.
Yeah.
Same fears. You think, by the time you're 70, you know everything. They're so wise. What's there to argue about? Same thing. Yeah.
So
the same.
How do you... Oh, you can go.
No, I won't forget it. Go ahead.
I was going to say, so with all the ins and outs and ups and downs, because I know we all been through stuff, how do we keep the love alive and going and strong, especially when you hit the lowest valleys?
Picking up them pieces when it drops, when you drop it.
That's hard.
Picking up the pieces, putting it together, creating that new masterpiece, that new structure that didn't look like it did before you drop it.
I
and
guess
moving forward. I
was gonna say, I guess it's easier when both of you are doing it.
Oh yeah.
Both of you.
Sorry.
No. You're fine. I mean, we're having a conversation, so feel free. But
sorry.
Both have to be wanting to fight for the relationship. You need both. You can't fight for it. Sometimes you will be doing a little bit fighting by yourself, and that's okay too. And sometimes it might be the other person fighting for you, but in the grand scheme, somebody is fighting for one another when it's come times to doing what you got to do.
Yep, absolutely. Forgiveness, letting go of the small stuff, being the first person to apologize.
I read this book called What is Love? I think What is Love? God. I'll have to like share the author's name. And I remember the book talking about giving like examples and scenarios after examples and scenarios of couples that were going through things independently in the marriage, and they shared one perspective of the spouse and the other perspective of the other spouse. And when the couple eventually went to counseling and was able to really be sensitive to what each other was going through,
Right.
it helped them to reduce their expectations of each other and to have more empathy for each other. I mean, of course, that's in a healthy situation, because even the healthiest relationships can suffer from disconnection. But it was interesting to see how the book was encouraging not to have overwhelming expectations of your spouse. And this reminded me of an episode of Rachel Ray's show, where she said, someone asked her, how have you and your husband managed to stay married this long? And I think they were at least somewhere between 17 to 26 years. And she was like, we don't take each other seriously. And I laughed. And it was so simple. She was like, I just don't take certain things he say to the point where it's a deal breaker, or like, I take it, I just let it roll off my back. That isn't to say that I'm going to allow, certain abuse or like verbal abuse or things like that. But she said she just doesn't take it what he says and then bring it to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
And then, that's always stuck with me. It's always stuck with me.
In the spirit of sharing, this is rooted in real. I just want to share just a life experience, and hopefully it's encouraging to those of you out there. But it was about me and Jamar's first year of marriage. We were together for 10 years and then got married. But when we decided to get married, it was in the middle of, I was finishing my graduates program with my master's degree, and then we got married. We bought a house that year. I got pregnant on my honeymoon. Jamar was in his first year of his master's program. And it was like everything, they say you do a big event in your life, you wait 2 years, you do another big event in your life, you wait 2 years, you put some gap into it. No, we decided that first year of marriage, we were going to have all this craziness. So getting immediately pregnant after you got married, there was like this huge shift in our relationship, because now he's like, oh, I'm a husband now, I gotta provide, protect, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, I'm a wife now. What does that mean? What does that look like? And I'm trying to figure it out on top of being pregnant with all the hormones. And during my pregnancy, I didn't realize how mean I became. Y'all remember how mean I was? I was brutal. But to me, I was right on everything. He hurt my feelings, and this is what he did, and I didn't like it, so I'm going to tell him about it right then and there. And everything was so heightened. And it got to the point where we was like, okay, we're going to annul this marriage, because there ain't no way I'm staying married to you after I have this baby. I can't. Where's the love? There is no love. And then after I had JJ, I did that bath, and I drank the tea to help get rid of the hormones in the body and regulates the emotions and all that. I remember looking back on the pregnancy in that first year of marriage and saying to myself, oh my goodness, I was bat crazy. And I thought about things that I said, and it was like a few days. I said to myself, I was wrong. And I remember going to Jamar. So Jamar was fed up with me. We weren't talking. We weren't seeing nothing. I'm talking about nothing. And I went to him and I said, honey, I just want to apologize because looking back and reflecting on this past year, I realized now I wasn't always wrong. There was some things he actually did that affected me, but I played into it and I took things way too seriously all the time. The small things being, and I said, I'm gonna make you fall back in love with me because I know you're not in love with me right now, and I get it. I was not a good person, but I'm gonna give myself some grace and mercy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give myself some
Some
rooms. Yeah, it was. I was pregnant, but I remember telling him.
I warned you though.
Yeah,
I was like,
you
Christina, you become a different. just.
I wasn't ready.
I was like, just know that you're wrong. But you're not gonna realize it until after you give birth.
Yeah,
because then you're gonna sit back and be like, ooh,
yeah. Did I say that? But I spent that entire summer fighting for my marriage, and it felt one-sided a lot. And I was like, no, I married you. We've been together for 10 years, married for one. I'm going to make you. And I remember like doing the smallest thing, if it was cooking and smiling or doing like just the just little things that put a smile on his face that gradually got him to open up to me and be open to us being married again. But it's hard and it's definitely, and that one-sided feeling ain't fun, but you got to fight. You got to fight.
I agree with you. When I was pregnant and I look back, I definitely was hypersensitive to things.
Yeah.
Like, you don't love me. Like, just everything, I needed what I needed right away, and I needed you to like acknowledge how I felt, and things bothered me way more than they normally do. So I feel you. Pregnancies turn you into somebody else.
I mean, like if you really look at it, like your hormones are everywhere, and not only that, like now that you're pregnant, you're hypersensitive. You have to protect yourself, protect your baby. You ever notice that when you was pregnant, like your sense of smell, like you smell everything. Oh my God,
You can smell the BS.
And let me tell you, your tolerance for BS is like 0.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the stuff that I used to put up with when I wasn't pregnant, I just couldn't. My mind just couldn't let it go.
And maybe you shouldn't put up. So then
That's true too. I remember with my sister sharing pregnancy stories. My first pregnancy, I didn't know better. Man, I think my the father of my child was saying I think I was working 2 jobs, right? And I came home, and at the time he wasn't working, and I'm like pregnant, 3rd trimester, and he told me, oh, I'm hungry, there's nothing to eat, and I saw red.
I'm seeing red right now.
And I was like, excuse you? I said, let me show you what you can eat. I went into the kitchen, opened the freezer, and I threw everything in the freezer at him. I said, that's what you can eat.
Oh, wow. That's, yeah.
I was just like, how dare you? Like, I'm working 2 jobs and I'm pregnant. You talk about you don't know what to eat. I'm going to show you what you can eat. I'm going to show you right now. There you go.
Yeah.
And then, that's one of the stories. So in my non-pregnancy, I would have never done that.
And you know what's so crazy? Something like the math is not mathing when you're pregnant too. Because because when I was pregnant, because I felt like I wasn't being catered to the way I wanted to, when I wanted to.
Yeah.
I got to do it on my own. I got to do everything on my own. And so I remember, like, we had to go to laundromat to do laundry. So I would lug all the laundry by myself. And then when I was pregnant with Bryn Lee, it was 2020. So we were in the middle of the pandemic. Yeah. And I had my radiology license. So I got the discount for essential workers. So I ordered a purple mattress. I was like, I got like a couple, like 1,000, like 1,200 off. So I got the bed. And when it delivered, it was so heavy. It was so heavy. But I remember thinking, when it came, I was like, I need help. Like, help me bring it upstairs. And it was just taking too long to get help. So I was pregnant, mind you, and I lifted that thing up on my shoulder. I was so mad, and I carried it. And eventually I got a little help. Like, as I got stuck on the steps, I was like, oh snap!
I can't ask for help now.
Right. And so 2 weeks later, I got diagnosed with symphysis diastasis.
Yeah.
Where Brinley, she, I guess, slid down too low, and my pubic bones or like kind of shifted, and so they were literally cracking open, and I couldn't roll over in bed after that. I couldn't get in the car after that. Certain movements just brought me to tears and put my breath away, and I was like, that's what you get. That's what you get. And so then I learned to sit down.
No intimacy with that.
Actually, that was a problem.
I bet.
That was the one thing that wasn't a problem.
Especially for you.
Imagine pregnancy without that intimacy.
But I realized at that moment that I was wrong. I was doing the most.
Yeah.
And I needed to sit down. I had no choice but to sit down at that time, and I couldn't work after that. But luckily, it was very end of the pregnancy, and I was just nesting. I was in the nesting phase. I just wanted to get the bed ready, and I was just doing a lot. Because I think the issue was that the bed was quote unquote too heavy to carry up the stairs, and like a tool was needed. And I said, let me show you. I'm going to show you heavy. This is not heavy. And I put it on my shoulder.
Girl.
Oh, it was terrible.
Reminding you of Marie Michelle Delva.
I guess that's the nesting part. You know how they say you start nesting, you want everything to be perfect.
But that goes back to the love piece. We love our children so much before they're even born. That's what nesting is. It's preparing the world for them to enter into it in a way we want them to be here.
Yeah, but we talked a lot about
so much love.
Like marriage.
Yeah,
what about the
let's
dating?
Go back. Let's reel it back to the dating. Well, we talked a little bit about it. But if you could go back and tell your younger self what to do and not to do when it comes to dating, what would you say? Go ahead and put it in the comment section.
Say that again.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again. If you can go back to your younger self, let's say 17, 18, even though we're not supposed to be dating, whatever, at that age, everybody has a little somebody, okay? What would you tell yourself to do or not to do?
Ooh, can I start?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
One thing, and then we'll go one, bounce.
I will tell myself, and I tell my daughters this, and I said this in the very first episode that we've done. I don't think it was a live. By the way, guys, we got a lot of recorded videos that we're going to start posting. So keep an eye out for that. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, go ahead and check us out on Instagram. Start to follow. But for me, I tell my girls, people will treat you the way you treat yourself.
That's what I was saying earlier.
On so many levels. So the best way for anyone, you, me, everyone, to determine how you treat yourself is initially your appearance, your hygiene. Do you put time into yourself? Do you know, nobody's perfect every day. You know, I've been having some hair issues. I can't find a studio, y'all. So if y'all know a nice spot in Chester or somewhere close to Chester, let me know.
Rashida's. She always trim my ends.
Yes, Rashida's is very good, but no, I just
So treat yourself.
So like a natural, natural. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'll check out Rashida's. So, but yeah, I think that I would tell my old self, like, hey, prioritize yourself first, because you need to know what you need as a person before you can expect someone else to know it. And I know I'm guilty of having, like I said, expectations of my partner, what they should do for me, what they should get from me. And when I didn't have a full understanding of what I truly needed for myself, not just wanted, but needed for myself. And so, I would say you got to love yourself, treat yourself, prioritize everything that you need to become the best version of you. Fitness, health, aesthetics, just everything to be the best version of you so that you don't have to lower your standards. That was a long answer.
No, it wasn't. It was,
That's my response.
I know. Okay.
You.
I would tell my younger self, if a job has to requires a background check, same thing with your, the person you're thinking about seriously, background check. We have to, because if you already have children, they're gonna be around your kids. They're gonna be around your family. You just have to in this world that we live in. Even for the people that you grew up with, they're in the same neighborhood. You know their family, they know yours. Background check. In addition to a background check, go to the barbecues, get to know their families, ask important questions to get to know them, because people will always show up with their representative, what they want you to know, what they want you to see. And it shouldn't have to take 10 years for you to find out that they're on Megan's Law or anything else. So that's what I would have to say. No, we're going to keep bouncing that.
Yeah.
One thing, background check. Talk to the family. You need to know, if you can,
Yeah.
Do you remember
both sides.
Remember the HIV story that I told you about? Should I share this?
About when she was in a relationship with somebody who was her brother, but her dad didn't tell her?
No.
Oh, okay.
But can I share this story real quick?
Go ahead.
Quick. So I love reading articles. That's like my thing. I get lost in articles. So I read an article one time about this woman. Quick story, guys. She was married, right? Went to the hospital years later. I think like 6 or 8 years later. She went to the hospital for something. And it was a hospital that she didn't typically go to. Now, this hospital had a rule: if someone tested for viral, like a, STD, you had to notify the person that they were involved with or something like that. But when you notify the person, you don't necessarily have to say so-and-so gave it to you. You can just say, hey, you are... Evidence proves that you've been exposed to HIV recently or hepatitis C recently. We just wanted to notify you. They don't really disclose who. I think that's like a HIPAA violation.
Yeah.
So this woman got her test done. Everything was clear. However, in her medical history, she reported that she was HIV positive in the past. And so they realized that her husband at the time was not aware of her medical history. And so they had to notify him, like, hey, you've been exposed to someone that had tested positive for HIV, and you have to do, just as a precaution, get tested. Yeah. So my question is, guys,
she had it? I mean, you cannot have it. I mean, that's something that you have for your life. You don't get rid of it.
No, however, HIV and hepatitis C, after a certain degree of treatment, you can...
It goes dormant and
it can be
undetectable.
So
that's the word.
She was no longer testing positive. Like, it was no longer really showing that she was contagious or she could pass it on.
Okay.
So I guess she felt like it wasn't necessary to share.
Whoa.
Was she wrong? In the comments, y'all, tell us, what was she?
Yes.
Most people will say, yes, she's wrong. But I'm curious, like, do you think that because she didn't test positive anymore, that was something she didn't need to share?
It's still in your blood. It's still in your system.
So what would you tell your younger self? Blood work? Before?
Yeah, always.
Okay.
Before.
Yeah, but she would have tested negative. Because she was no longer detectable.
No, that right there needed to come out, because no.
Is that ethics or morals or?
Both. Listen, if you have HIV, AIDS, and it's no longer detectable, but you're going into a committed serious relation, first of all, she got married. That should have came out.
How you go that far without saying
that
anything?
absolutely
But you know what?
came out.
It's probably starting with
That's my privacy. Some people think
because
that
especially
way.
if you're married, you're getting married. Your body's about to become one.
Yeah, but Tina,
There's
look.
like nah.
But listen, if you
That's fighting. Let me tell you.
if we didn't disclose that to begin with, right? And now you're 5 years in, and it's like, damn, now it's more serious than you expected it to be. Now y'all getting married. It's kind of like you feel bad like you didn't tell him from the jump. So now you gotta keep on going with your story.
But that's a good question.
They didn't get a full history along with that background check. They didn't get
there you go, too.
medical history.
So I really thought about at what point in a relationship does it become important enough for you to give past information? Because you don't want to give information up front when you're just in the talking phase. Y'all like each other. Maybe y'all just started identifying a boyfriend and girlfriend. No, I think it's way too in. But I think it's when you drop the L word, when you ready to say I love you. I think your closet needs to be clean with that person.
No, I think when the conversation happens is when you should say. If it's day one and they ask you, you need to disclose it because then you're lying. If you're asked on day two about specific things, that's when the topic arises. That's when the disclosure happens.
On date number 2.
If he asks,
because maybe that's it.
So what? If you lie then on day 2, what? Why is he to trust you later when you say? Why didn't you tell him when I asked you to begin with?
What about body count? Are we answering that question?
If he asks,
chemistry is
okay. Well, guess what? You can say you don't have to say, but you can say you don't want to.
In this scenario,
I'd rather not.
You got to be specific. It's not about just asking a question. It's how you ask it, because he could say, she could say, whoever could say, "Are you positive for any STDs or STI?" No, I'm not. I'm not testing positive.
Man.
So the question is, are you currently or have you ever
been?
For y'all listening.
And that's how they ask you when you
are
apply
you currently
for
or have you ever?
Or could you been convicted? Not have you been convicted, or could you've been convicted? You have to be so careful. So many people get caught up like that
in the questions.
Yeah, in the way they word the questions.
Take notes, my friend.
Yes.
By the way, I want to say that Malaysia said we feel a real pinnacle in our 40s, kind of going back to that topic. Yeah. No, about sex.
No. Somebody's trying to find their pinnacle in season 4.
Yeah.
And then
pinnacle,
she said,
AKA. That's a pinnacle.
But she didn't know what it was.
Not the mom.
Okay, never mind. Don't
Daphne.
talk.
Sorry.
What?
Rosie.
Dad,
You're dropping bombs.
I don't know who Daphne is.
Let people
Oh, the
watch
piano
it.
player.
Is that the
Natalie, you're coming over.
And then Malaysia also said, chemistry is not compatibility.
That's what you would tell to your younger self. Okay, my Nisha.
I think I need to tell
chemistry.
myself that.
Yeah.
I need to tell myself that, because me, I feel like chemistry is where it's at. That's all I need. Chemistry.
And when the chemical balance go off,
that's not. Don't go by that. I'm saying that's how I tend to use that as my radar, but that's probably not the best thing.
Can it start there? Let me say mine. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna. So I know you said
What
one.
would you say to your younger self?
The younger self is.
We're gonna bounce back.
I was telling this to Corinne. It's oftentimes we let people choose and pick us. Well, he likes me, so I'm just gonna go for it. She likes me.
Talking to Corinne?
Yeah, because she's in high school, and she's like, well, he likes me, so, and I'm like, okay, do you like him? You choose. You are a gem. You are a jewel. So don't let people pick you. You have to pick what you like. Figure out what you like and what. So don't just go with the flow. Well, he likes me, so understand your self-worth and your self-value. Respect yourself. And just because somebody like you doesn't mean you have to like them. You are not obligated. You can always say, I really thank you and I really appreciate our friendship, but I'm not looking to be in a relationship with you. You're not what I'm looking for, and it's okay to say that. And I wish I could have saved myself some stupid relationships if I valued myself and understood my self-worth at a very early age and say, you like me, but I don't like you. So the other thing,
to like
creating your own checkbox.
Yeah. And sticking to it.
the one thing.
No, please.
No, because
it's a comment on Rosie's thing.
Okay, all right.
It's
Go
a
ahead.
comment on Rosie's thing
Go ahead.
about getting tested. Doodle and Woozy.
Oh,
On both of my when I was younger, when me and Jamar decided to take our steps to, we wanted to get physical. I told him, I am so scared of getting any STDs or anything like that. So I want to come to the table clean. You need to come to the table clean. because I'm crazy, and if I want to know
Ooh,
that
daddy's on chat.
Daddy's
on the chat.
I knew that I was
Brother,
wrong.
you see, that's
I
what
knew
I
that I
say.
was crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, you done got your niece
Oh,
in
shoot,
trouble.
Junior.
that's like your
It's just
You done
between
got
me
your
and
niece
you.
in
Code names,
trouble.
y'all. Code names.
Junior, she's my niece, and it's gonna be auntie and niece business, okay?
Don't say that to dad. Say that to dad. You sure you know his name?
No, I promise you, Junior, it was all good advice. She's not doing anything wrong. I promise you. She's good. But it's getting
Too
tested.
late. Too
I'm
late.
gonna text Corinne.
I need to know.
Corinne, run to your room.
I don't want to forget.
No, but get tested. Younger selves, go to the table, clean, and say, because I know if I would have gone to the doctors and they would have said, "Oh, you have," I can have a baseline and say, "I was clean on this date. I've only been with you, so therefore, guess what?
It's you.
My gun, my pistol, my knives." You're not.
Sometimes
I'm that type of crazy.
there are some things
so
that
I
will
just.
be undetectable, but when you get another strand, then it becomes detectable.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, that's
Ask the right
interesting.
questions,
Absolutely.
y'all. Like you want to ask,
I-
have you ever been
But
positive?
sometimes you don't
for
even
anything.
know that you've been infected.
But I think I wasn't
Thank
out
you,
there
Wesley.
prior to Jamar. I
Oh,
wasn't.
okay.
So it was kind of like, listen, we're going to start, and if we're gonna take this journey, and Jamar did. He respectively got tested for everything. I got tested for everything, and then we just knew. All right, we're able to move forward.
What about other things you can test for? Like, do you have a family history of cystic fibrosis and other things? Like,
That's a marriage conversation. I feel like that's more so when you're okay. I'm really gonna marry this person, and then you start asking some hereditary things.
But I think that's too late because at that point it's like,
you're already in
what
love.
if you find something you're like, this is not gonna work for me, and then you engage? That's a
Do you
lot
stop
to go
loving
back
for
on.
someone
You know
just
what?
because?
There is
It
some,
go ahead and
depends.
say that loud, please.
hold on, Natalie. There's somebody there's somebody I know. I'm sorry. There's somebody we know. There's somebody that I know that if they get impregnated by somebody with specific blood type, they will lose the pregnancy.
Oh yeah, that's me. You
Oh.
probably weren't thinking of me, but
I
yeah,
wasn't thinking of you.
I
So
have to
you're
take-
right.
I have
I
to
was
get a
just saying you're
shot when I'm pregnant to prevent they call it a natural abortion, I guess.
Wait, and
The
no,
Rogaine.
Tina, no. What is it? What is the condition?
I can't remember the name.
It's when they give
But
you the
it's
Rogaine
not-
shot.
Yeah,
The
but
No,
that's-
it's not that.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I know.
Mama, that's right up in my alley. That's what I do every day.
I lost 2 pregnancies because of that.
Yeah.
Well, that's because.
And then they were
not
like,
necessarily because you maybe were you pregnant before and did not get Rogaine,
yeah.
so now you have
So
you have anti-D,
the shot,
not the shot. The shot gives it to you so you don't create your own antibodies against it.
I guess.
But do you have your own antibodies without the shot?
I don't think so because they told me, hey, when you get pregnant, you need to come in and get this shot.
So when you lose your baby, it's because you developed your own antibodies. So what happened is when you get pregnant, they give you the shot so you don't build your own immunity.
Okay.
So you don't get your own antibodies. So the ones that the injecting you eventually goes away. But if you go through a pregnancy, you never get the Rogaine, right? Then you risk creating your own antibodies that those antibodies attack any baby that's not your type.
And that's how we need a,
But it wasn't
a
it
microbiologist
wasn't doodle
to
issue.
clarify.
The specific thing, her brother. They're right. I don't want to get too much in their detail,
Okay.
but
Let's just say condition with the condition.
the condition, there were individuals in that person's family that married someone with that specific blood type, and the kids they lost kids, but also the kids that they had like.
But what is the condition?
I can't remember. Next episode I will have that.
Okay,
I
we need to
will
put, like,
bring
a
it
next
back and
clip.
tell you.
Maybe.
But
Okay.
when
Belt in hand, I'm en route. Hello, Nas. Beans spilled.
I know, Junior. What would you
Junior,
tell your
can you
younger
please
self?
leave her alone?
Yeah,
I
for
know.
those who are still
Just messing.
watching, what is one piece of advice that you would tell your younger self about dating? Now, for me, I agree with everything my sisters have said. This one right here. I remember when I met my husband, my boyfriend at the time. This girl done ran the whole internet on him. Yes, you did. And he's like, not today. He said, we need to know where he come from. Nah.
It was too good to be true.
He's like, no, we got. Okay.
But
He
he turned
clean.
out to be.
He can't. Oh, he clean. Okay, no
Yeah.
crazies. No
Yeah.
more crazies.
Yeah, I'm the background check person.
If,
Yeah.
if you are a negative blood type and your partner is a positive blood type, the antibodies of your partner will detect the sperm.
Is a
That
threat.
sperm is a
No,
threat.
kind
Something
of.
like that.
If you're,
But I
well, I don't know about all that, Son.
I want to say something back to
But
it.
they do say your ovaries have a way of detecting the one that she wants, but they're still discovering that those chemical attractions and all that.
So it's not
But-
technically about the fastest sperm.
No, well, there's that. Well, we don't know.
So many-
It's still being
okay.
so many theories. But my one advice is to not settle. When you're, that's what I would tell my younger self. Not to settle just to be, I don't want to say just to be in a relationship, but falling in love with someone's potential. That's the settling part. Seeing someone, seeing their potential and falling in love with that and expecting the potential to happen when they never told you that is what they are capable of doing. But you can see, like, sometimes you see somebody like you be good at X, Y, and Z, but they don't see it for themselves and they don't want that for them. Sometimes they don't want that for themselves. So my advice to my younger self would be, don't settle. Take people for face value and not fall in love with people's potential. That's what I would say to myself. And if you do fall in love with someone, love them for who they are, where they're at the moment, and what they present to you. And if that's not what you like, then keep it moving, move on, because you'll be wasting your time.
I know for me, I got like 3 things I want to share. But for me, when I got married, for those of you who don't know, I am divorced. I married when I was 21. We were married for technically 11 years, but I would say like eight countable years. We were married because it's like a lot of off and on. But back to what Natalie was saying, and later on I'll say something about what Christina said. We grew up Christian, born again Christian. What did she say? Leave the first time they mess up. Don't stick around
To find
out.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
How bad it's going to really get.
Don't give them the opportunity to, if you don't leave right away, you give them the opportunity later on to say that's your fault. Because of you
Yeah.
find something to blame.
Especially in the dating phase. Like, while you were dating, that's your time to vet. You're vetting. Nope. Because you don't have no commitment. They don't have no commitment to you. Dating is your courtship, getting to know the person. And if they show you who they are, baby girl, that's who they're going to be till the end of time.
Sometimes they don't show you who they are, depending on if they have narcissistic traits or not. But back to
another story.
Back to what I was saying. I know as growing up Christian, we are encouraged to abstain from sex outside of marriage, to practice abstinence until marriage, and to be married. And that, you have that being taught in the home. And I transitioned onto, and then Christian high school, Christian upbringing, very Christian bubble, right? You go to college, you go to university. I went to Word of Life Bible Institute in upstate New York, and then transferred to Cairn University, which was formerly Philadelphia Biblical University. And so you have these very intense cultures on the campus where it's like everybody's separate, boys and girls are separate, no touching, like a lot of rules, a lot of RAs, and that's great. I think that's healthy and, you know, to a degree. But Word of Life Bible Institute, the nickname for that institute was called Bridal Institute. That was a nickname. And so you had a lot of the students graduating and going right into marriage. We had this one professor that was like in his 80s, and I think he was teaching the book of James, and he said, women in this classroom, it does not make sense for you to go to work. And he had a whole lesson on the financial benefit and the marital benefit of being a homemaker. And he said that you save more money because most percentage of your income ends up going back into being able to keep the job. So gas, and then, you know, uniform, whatever.
There's some truth to that, but keep on going.
So, let me pass you the notebook. I want y'all to really comment on a few things I'm going to say, but and he said, you know, you end up getting home late and you're tired, you can't cook, so then you got to pay for cookout, or you buying frozen meals to do something real quick because you got to make sure everybody's in bed on time to get up. And I definitely resonated to what he was saying, and I lived it. It takes a lot of teamwork to have a successful home in a marriage. And so, you know, you really got to find that partner that's going to really match your energy, or
that's a secret there.
Be able to say, okay, babe, today I'm at 20%. All right, I'm at 80%. So I got this and that. Okay, you good. Go sit down, go rest, go recharge. You know, there's a lot of communication that needs to happen. But I was indoctrinated, marriage, you know, and I'm young. I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing, but I also want to explore my sexuality. I want to have sex. I want to be with someone. And so I think all of that fueled in me making my decision to marry young. And then I just remember my parents, I'm about to unload. I don't want to like take over the conversation.
Go ahead, do you?
But I remember my parents really pushing marrying Haitian,
Really?
marrying Haitian to me. Because I remember
I didn't, okay.
mommy being so devastated about
That wasn't that. I think it was more than just a culture.
yeah, but I just
that
remember
was something else.
my mom, God bless her, God, you know, her soul rest in peace, but she really made comments that I heard growing up about marrying outside of the culture and how it wasn't the best choice. It wasn't the best option. So I always knew, okay, I'm going to marry a Haitian. He's going to be Christian. He's going to be like top tier Christian, like a worship leader, or like, you know, a pastor's son, you know, something like that. So, you know, I had this idea. And even at Woodland, at the church that we went to and the school that I graduated from, they made us write down a list of what our spouse would be, all the characteristics of your spouse. And you had to like fold it up, put it in an envelope, and save it for when you were engaged. Open it up again and see if it matched. That's not very wise now that I look back at it. But so just to paint a picture of how the culture I grew up in, how heavy it was to marry before you messed up, you know, marry young, marry before you have sex. And like, so I met my ex-husband when I was I transferred to Cairn University, and he was meeting the requirements. He was a PK, he was a worship leader, he was this and that, and he was Haitian. And like I was like, all right, this is it. Thanks God. And mind you, this is after a breakup that I thought this first person met all the requirements, and I was devastated when that first relationship ended. I was like, this isn't part of the plan. I was supposed to find the one and like get married, and it was supposed to be the simple process because God's on my side, you know. And I had a rude awakening. So long story short, I prioritize making sure that I got married and tried to just do everything right. And to go back to Natalie said, you got to know what you want for yourself. Know for sure what you want for yourself. And I'm speaking to the Christian girls out there that can resonate with my experience. Yes, marriage is important. And doing what's best for you, what's healthiest for you is important. And I think part of that is reserving yourself for someone that honors you, that respects you, that knows your boundaries and doesn't push it. And I wouldn't rush. Don't feel the pressure. When you feel sexually tempted or like very longing sexually, because our bodies are designed from a certain age to really want to be with a mate, because you're made to reproduce in those years. So it's natural to have those feelings, but we don't want to engage prematurely and ignite things in us. It's not,
because there are consequences.
Yeah.
There's a lot of consequences.
so just hold on, know yourself first, and try this, because I feel like I'm in my 30s, but I feel like I'm living in it's flip-flop. Like my 20s was my 30s and my 30s is not my 20s. So I'm in a place where I'm abstinent. I'm trying to be and I am trying to find myself and know what I really want. And this is something that I've been trying. When someone is expressing interest in you, they flirt in, they give you little comments, you can kind of, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm noticing, like, if you can match their energy, you're like, oh my gosh, and to a degree, match your energy, and just, you'll notice that they'll kind of like, back off. And you can already see, like, they're not serious. They're not in a state where they seriously want to pursue you. Then you already know, bam, that's not the one for you. And if you're spending time with yourself and getting to know what you want, what you really truly want, and not settling, when that right person comes, you'll know. They will meet your checklist, not the ones that everyone's telling you to create, but your checklist that you know you want. And back to what Tina said, and then I'm done. There are people that are practical pursuers and whimsical pursuers. Which one are you involved in? Is there someone that, and when I say practical, it could be in the sense that, hey, if something is in your bloodline, they're going to cut you short no matter how much they love you, because they're so dead set on making sure they avoid certain situations for their lives, especially in the dating world today. Young people are not dating carelessly. I mean, there are some that's on like Tumblr, whatever's that? Tinder,
OnlyFans,
and then
boyfriends.
There's some that are like, nope, I got no room for error. This is
what I've noticed with the young. They're exploring themselves. They're out there doing them, exploring what they want to explore. But at the same time, they ain't stupid. They're not stupid. Because why would I do? I was like, yeah, but you're talking to him. But they have named sponsors. He's my sponsor. He's this and that. But they're not taking the person serious because they already know, like, he's not doing XXXXX. We're just having fun. Girls, you know what I mean? They're not in this fairy tale, delusional, like, they surprise me when I have conversations with them.
You want to be Malaysia?
Oh, yeah, I could. Malaysia said, attraction can be strong, but alignment value, goals, and emotional maturity matters more than the long run. More in the long run. Yes. Jesus, I can't read. Right now.
I kind of want to piggyback off of what Dominic just said.
Dominic.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's
Dodo.
Dominique.
I just call you my son name. All right. What Dominique just said. First, going way back in the beginning of the conversation, when you say you are self-partnered. Okay, she's self-partnered.
I'm self-partnered.
So I am I am a person that when I'm in a relationship, I'm long term. I've never had a quick relationship, like a year. My relationships, ever since I started dating, are 5 years. So I'm like a committed person. Right, what was I going with that? So getting into a relationship for me, like it would take years out of, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to say time wasted, but I could have been doing something else. But I learned a lot from those relationships. So after being in a relationship for a long time, I remember when I broke up with a particular person. We were together for like 4 or 5 years. We went through a lot, but I knew them since high school. So we had a lot of history. So I try to help them, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, I had to cut them off. But after that, I remember promising myself, I know I told you guys this story before, but for you guys out there, I remember promising myself that I wouldn't date anyone for an entire year. I said, okay, I need to completely reset after dealing with some of the things I dealt with in that relationship, right? So we didn't have that fancy word,
Self-partner.
self-partnered. But I kind of took the time out to say, okay, you know, what do I like? I had to really think, like, what do I like? So it was like my one thing I said I was gonna do for myself once a week was like paint my nails or get my nails done. And I had a big bag of nail polish. That was like the one thing I did for myself. And then the next thing I remember doing was figuring out how I can improve myself to be a better partner, right? What's wrong with me? Like, how can I improve myself so I can be a better mate?
Yes.
But I was the type of girl who never dreamed about my wedding. I was okay being by myself. I don't know why God made me this way, but I never fantasized about a wedding. Never. So it was kind of like, you know, I dated because, you know, he's cute. All right, whatever. Just kind of happened, go with the flow. Like Malaysia said, the chemistry was chemistrying. You know what I'm saying? I knew for a while, you kind of cool. Let's kick it. Kind of thing. But as I'm approaching my 30s and I have 2 children at the time, I'm like, all right. And I was okay. And I was okay being a single mom, raising my kids. I'm going to do what I have to do. But I wanted to be better for myself, better for my kids. I wanted to be the best mom they ever had. And if someone came along and wanted to join the journey, then they're, you know, as long as you come correct, you know, then you can join. So one of my things I knew I didn't want, it was very simple. I needed somebody who loved me without no doubt. I don't have to question and think about, does he? I mean, he didn't call me, but I need to undoubtedly know you loved me. And I needed to respect me no matter what happened. Utmost respect. Yes. Respect is like, respect is number one above love for me. Because you can love someone and disrespect them. You can claim you love someone and disrespect them.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, my simple list, I need you to respect me and I need you to love me.
In that order.
Love God, respect me, love me. That's it. That was the only criteria I had. The money wasn't a thing. Like, you know, because all of that comes later or whatever. But the most important things for me, especially after being in the relationships I was in, is like, you had to respect me no matter what.
What would you tell your younger self? One sentence.
Again, a second thing I would tell my younger self, never let anyone disrespect you. Because they will continue to do it.
I got you.
So the number one is don't fall in love with potential.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Don't settle and don't fall in love with someone's potential.
Yes,
I learned that.
I
learned that from you. Has stuck. If that's one thing that has really helped me is when you told me that you were on the phone with. Can I say names?
Go ahead.
Unless it's us.
It's family now. Family.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
You
he
said-
green check.
You were on the
Big
like when y'all were dating. You got into an argument, and Woodley hung up on the phone on you, and you, I think you called him back, or you said this to him when you saw him. Something you said to him. I'm not gonna repeat myself. I'm not gonna tell you this again. If you ever hang up the phone on me again, I will not be calling you back, or something like that. And I think it happened again, and you never like.
I didn't call him back.
You didn't call
It
him
was like
back.
a couple days, and he's like, she ain't playing. Guess what though? All right, so we got into our first argument. It was three things that happened in our first argument. Our first argument. No, it was an argument before the biggest. So we had an argument before, and then we had the big blow up, the first big
The
argument.
non-negotiable argument.
No.
Okay.
No, it wasn't non-negotiable. It was like the big. In a relationship, it's always like, oh my god, we had our first fight. That one, right?
Mm-hmm.
That. So, but we had a little baby argument, and he like what I said, and he hung up the phone on me. I'm like, all right, bet. I called him back. I said, you don't know this about me, but
There's two bodies in my back.
but I don't like when I'm in the middle of a sentence and you hang up on me. That means you no longer want to talk to me. So I'm just letting you know for the future, if you ever do that again, don't expect me to ever call you back.
Okay.
So
That's reasonable.
yeah, I'm like, you didn't know, now you know. Till this day, if we get into an argument, till this day, he'll be like, I am saying bye. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm letting you know I'm getting off the phone. Bye, Natalie. But he would never just straight up mid-sentence click, hello.
That,
Never.
and
I think that's so disrespectful.
You
Sorry.
told me that when I was like 20, I think, and somewhere around that, and that has lived with me. I don't hang up the phone on people. I'd rather take the phone, put it face down, let you talk, and hang up, and I don't allow the phone to be hung up. To me.
How dare you? I'm talking.
Yeah.
The least you can do is say, all right, I really don't feel like having this conversation. Can we have this conversation another time? Right. We're all adults. Excuse me? Excuse me?
Yeah.
Think I'm gonna call you again and see if I pick up your phone. I'll pick it up if I feel like it. The second thing was my dad, and on my birth certificate, my name is Natalie Delva. Now it's Paul because I'm married, and that is the only name you would be calling me.
I was gonna say that.
So
Period.
Our big blow up fight. He didn't call me the B word, but he said you acting like a bitch. I was like, ugh. So my name and that word would never be in the same sentence, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, he said, but I didn't call you that. I said, I don't care. It's too close together. So you would not call me out my name. That was the second thing. And the last thing was, you think we're going to get to an argument and you're going to walk out that door and you're going to come back? So he was hot. We were hot. The argument was hot. So he's like packing his bag. All right, okay, pack your bags. I'm sitting on the stairs watching him. I said, another thing, if you walk out that door, because at that point he started to stay over the night and stuff like that. So I'm like, you're allowed to leave. I'm not gonna say like you're allowed, like I'm controlling him, but my rules are you can leave because you need a break. Everybody need breaks. You can leave and you could go for a walk. You could come back, blow some steam. That's okay. But if you think you're gonna leave out this house and think you're gonna come back next week because you mad, not call, don't come back. We could continue our relationship, but you're not sleeping here no more. Because that sets the precedence for your marriage or your future. Like every time we get in an argument, you say you're gonna walk out and spend the night out over my dead body.
Even if it's at his parents?
If not on those terms.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I feel and a lot of it had to do with what I witnessed as a child, and I didn't like it, so I didn't want to repeat it in my life. Those were my standards from how you're gonna treat me and respect me, and I had to learn that because in other relationships I didn't speak up for myself. I let things slide. I'm trying to be the nice, sweet girl, and they walk all over me. Boy. But with all that being said, he's my husband today, and he does not walk. Okay, if you are going to set these standards for a man, be ready to reciprocate. You can't call your man out his name neither.
Mm-hmm.
When you get mad, you can't walk out that door and don't come back neither. You can't go sleep at your mom's and your dad's house. If the same standards you set for your husband, your boyfriend, you have to uphold it in order for him to respect you. So if I'm telling you can't call me a babe and I'm calling him
The N-word.
if I'm calling him like a deadbeat, you ain't good for nothing, then you're also allowing him to reciprocate that. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta treat him how you want to be treated. You gotta show him how you want to be treated and hold those standards. So,
Well said.
That was good.
Well said.
Yeah, I think for me, when I started to get into the phase of being in my singleness, in my self-partneredness, I thought, okay, I need to, if I expect X, Y, and Z from my partner, that's what I need to be. And I think that's a healthy goal to set. Like, I want to be physically fit and like financially fit and all these other things, you know, like, this is where I want my partner to be. I want to be, you know, match it.
Right.
So, but recently I'm learning that it's good to reach that, but it's also knowing it's okay to grow with a partner, like you were saying, like setting those standards and growing together. So I've really enjoyed listening to your advice, really applying it, and watching you, Woodley, kind of grow and develop your marriage.
And the thing is, kind of like, because I'm the oldest, I feel like I went through a lot of things before you guys. And when I tell you guys something, I'm not trying to be controlling or anything. I just don't want you guys to go through what I had to go through. That's all it is. Like, you don't want to, trust me, it hurts, it's painful, it's time consuming. You know, it's a lot. And I never want you guys to, since I have to walk this path, I don't want you guys to get stuck with the same thorns and go through the same journey.
Mylesia said, at this stage, what qualities in a partner matter most to you? I guess in your marriage, what qualities of your partner matter most to you guys? And I guess I'll answer as a solo, Mio.
Go ahead. Short and sweet.
Wow. Shot.
Fired. I knew this was gonna happen tonight. It's a love episode. We need to come back from our last week's episode of immigration. That John was but important. We had to talk about it. Most important quality: willingness to learn and grow. Not just wanting to be stagnant and unteachable, uncoachable. Like, we can go to the wormhole from there. Like, we can go beyond from there. So
I think for me right now in my 40s, and something we went through recently is the ability for my spouse, for us to allow each other to be vulnerable and not be judged. I don't know if there's a word to describe that characteristic, because I don't know what it would be.
we listen and we don't judge.
Yeah, but like, if I'm going through something, I'm having a bad day, they're like, all right, they're here for you without saying, oh, you strong, you got this, or whatever. They're more like in the, how can I help you today? I don't know what that word is, Malaysia, but it's the ability for me to be completely naked and vulnerable in front of my spouse. And
You mean like figuratively or literally?
both. Loving my little stretch marks.
Yeah. Having sex with the lights on.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Malaysia? The word is ultimate intimacy.
Like tantric sex.
You know what?
That's
No,
what I
I'm
want to
like,
try
okay,
one
like
day.
for example, if you know somebody was trying to fix you, like,
okay.
I don't
have a solution.
Yeah, no, I need you to just be here. Like, I want to be there for you. I want you to be there for me at the time and the moment without being judged or fixed.
I used to be a fixer. Like, all right, let's do some research, find out but now I'm learning how to just be present and listen. Yeah.
Right now at my stage in our marriage.
Okay.
I think for me, it will be a godly man, and not a person that believes in God, but a person that seeks God, that wants to have fruit on their tree, that lives and studies the word. Because when I was younger, I thought I wanted a good man, and that's what my husband was. Jamar, I think everybody would agree, he is a good man. And as we matured and grew up and we went through our different phases and struggles and ups and downs, I realized that a good man, somebody stick with principles and all that, I'm finding that the real growth is happening with him understanding and growing closer to God, because it fixed so many of our issues, even our intimacy issues. Like, because it's just a godly man.
Yeah.
Someone that really wants to be close to God and knows what that means. So I think someone that that wants to pray and have God answer their prayers and have God lead them will resolve so many answers. And thank you. Over the years, Jamar got baptized last year, and he's reading books, and he's getting closer and closer. And I see a change where he's not just a good man, he's becoming a godly man, and our marriage is getting so much stronger in that. So I think that's my thing, is the character quality is a godly man.
I don't think I've ever come across a person that has had as much patience as Jamar, from what I can see.
Really?
Because at Mummy's funeral,
What did I do at Mummy's funeral?
we're not gonna go there, but I
didn't do nothing at Mummy's
it's a
funeral.
positive. It's a positive thing. Like how I watch Jamar balance you. Let me correct what I'm trying to say. He knows you so deeply that he knows when to say something and when not to. Hopefully that's not out of fear. But from what I can see, it's driven by his love for you, his understanding
Fear me, his
of
love.
you. Jamar,
God,
are you
Jamar,
comment?
Lord.
Let us know. Text me tonight if you're safe. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But
As strong and as bullish as that man is, he ain't afraid. Listen, I'm telling you,
Well, it'd be the quiet ones, right?
it be the quiet
We're
ones.
gonna read these together
okay.
as we've been on for a minute.
Please let us know in the comment when we are alone. One should start getting close or start seeking God if they not already have a relationship with Him. Sometimes,
We can't read the rest.
Mr. Bell, we can't see the rest of that comment.
I can pull it up.
Maybe you can.
Zahn was like, when we are alone,
That's what I just read.
one should start getting
read.
close or start seeking God if they not ready have a relationship. Oh, you have to open it.
But yeah, let us know if what we're sharing is insightful. If it's a waste of your time, let us know how you feel about some of the things that we're sharing. What happened? And we did want to share a few things before we close out tonight's episode. Let us know if you have any last comments you want to share. But I'm gonna let Rosie.
Yes, we did spend a good bit on dating.
Before we
Didn't
sorry,
get
didn't mean to do that.
we didn't get to talk too much about proposal. I know Valentine's Day is when a lot of people are thinking about proposing and should you say yes even though it's not a yes, and maybe change it later if it's in front of a bunch of people. So we didn't get into that. We are going to in another episode because it's getting so late and we don't want to keep you up too late. So we'll revisit the proposal. To close out briefly, we want to talk about just some tips
that helps you to keep your marriage long lasting, spicy, and for the love to never die. Also, again, check out this book, Pillow Fights. It's really good. Zahn, he did read it. Zahn, if you can in the comments, just put in some of your favorite parts about the book. So Christina, did you
See with this one
Go ahead, you can
comment?
read that, and I'm gonna tell Christina.
Aisha
She said it's a
Staples.
great conversation. Aisha Staples. I'm enjoying it so much that I didn't comment. Girl, comment, baby, comment. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
I
know.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Miss Staples.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, that's what's up.
well,
Okay.
I was gonna say something else. Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah,
before-
Yeah.
Do you think I wanted to ask this earlier, but do you think it's wrong if a man or woman at the point of potentially proposing, like you've dated and have really find yourselves compatible and things like that, do you think it's wrong if someone says, "Ooh, based off your medical history, your family's medical history, I don't think I can continue this relationship"? Do you think that's respectful or respectable? And if someone chooses to stay, are they not wise and more of a whimsical person? Like, do they have a whimsical nature?
If someone tells you what they feel, then I honor it.
Oh, Jésus de Nazareth.
Oh wow.
I think we're still live.
Oh,
but-
because of
Yes.
Brinley.
It's okay. I think you're still live. But yeah, you said if someone
Yeah, someone. I mean, it's hurtful, right? For you to be in love, invested all that time in someone, and then they say that to you. It's hurtful, but you have to respect what they say because you don't want it later on in your marriage it backfires.
Okay.
we're still live, right? Okay. I'm sorry. What
'Cause-
did you say?
No,
I'm so
it's
concerned.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Bryn, the little one.
I really wanted to know what you wanted. To
Oh,
Oh,
what I
okay,
said
okay.
was it's hurtful to have invested that much time in the relationship for them to just be that close to getting married. You know, being proposed to, and they say that, but I'd rather them be honest and say how they feel than to throw it back in your face later on.
So then, does that mean that that's a conversation that needs to happen sooner than later?
If it's a thing,
Okay.
if there's a thing for them, yeah,
Okay, like at mono stage.
for sure.
Okay. Well, I think this maybe next episode. If
But back in the day, didn't they test people for compatibility? Like back in the day before you get married?
Like DNA?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like sickle cell, they'll advise you not
They
to.
did?
Back in the day, I think so.
Some cultures
It
still
was
do
like
it.
marital testing. It's not even
Yeah.
because now they test you when it's too late, you pregnant. But it was before. It's like part of marriage counseling.
okay.
No, just
Thank you
number
for
one at the bottom.
yeah.
Okay.
So do you think, Natalie, you agree with Natalie that you would rather them just say be upfront?
Oh, I absolutely agree. I do not play with my body. That's why I got tested before I decided to have intercourse.
like
No,
medical
no.
history type
Oh,
stuff.
Hereditary.
Like
yeah.
diseases, like for example, sickle cell. If I'm a sickle cell carrier, you have the trait. I have the
Yes,
trait.
I
if
really-
we have kids, they
So
will have it.
yes, I think that's a part of people making decisions for themselves. If some people know themselves, like I know I don't like going to the hospitals. Being around individuals that are sick really hurts my heart. So I know what I struggle with. So if somebody does have some type of issue or some type of I want to know. I want to have a choice to say I'm okay with my kids having this type of genes or a possible defect. I want to walk into this with my eyes wide open and you not taking decisions away from me. Because if I have a child, just like that guy, the woman that was, I guess, not deemed pretty in her society, she had facial surgery. Her parents gave her facial surgery to make her beautiful. She got married. And when she got married, they had children. And her children looked like her. and they were not attractive children in their society. Instead, it was an Asian family. And the husband got so upset and decided to divorce her and leave the kids because he said, you lied to me. This is not the face you were born with. And now I had children with you and they don't look like me. They look like you. And this is not what I thought was going to happen. Now, do I think he's right for divorcing her because you didn't think your kids look attractive? I don't think that's right. But that goes to say, if you have medical issues and my child could be born with a birth defect, I want to know that heads on to say, I'm willing to still have kids with you, knowing that they may have X, Y, or Z. It's just, it's fair. It's fair.
How about you, Rosie?
I'm just gonna lean towards the forgiveness part in almost everything. So whatever you ask,
the person comes to you and say, you know what, you have this disease or trait, something that runs in your family. I choose not to be with you. Is that okay? Do you?
Wait, they have the hereditary. Well, then they're telling me what they want.
Yeah.
And like you said before, I'm gonna listen to you the first
Exactly.
time because I don't want you to continue to punish me later on for whatever hereditary thing I have. I can't give you kids, or that you may have, and you're feeling guilty.
Yeah.
I don't want you to carry that guilt with you. Like, I need you to. So you told me.
And if you do have a child that ends up having conditions, then he's gonna be, well, that's on you. That happens in relationships.
Yeah, well, because you knew. Yeah. So.
Raise my hands because I had a coworker.
Yeah.
Her husband, the women on her husband's side dealt with mental, like schizophrenia, and she didn't know that about his side of the family. And she had 2 daughters who now, when they turned it was late teens, early adults, they end up getting schizophrenia and they're out on the street and she's dealing with all that. And she's like, if I would have known my husband's side of the family was dealing with these things, she was like, I don't think I would have gotten married because I would have known that my daughters would most likely get those traits.
Make sure the viewers hear you, Tina, because that's some good info.
So that's why I say, and I know her, and she is dealing with so much. Her daughter had 2 kids, and now she's responsible of raising her grandkids because she's still out there being sexually active and having kids. And now she has to take on all that responsibility, all because her husband never disclosed that his mother and aunt and women in his family struggle with this psychological problem.
Wow. Everybody has something that they're going to pass down on generationally, whether it's some kind of disease
It's
or some
honest.
It is about being honest.
About it.
So do we go around picking certain people because of what they don't have?
Well, and that's where Dominique comes, being a practical lover, or
I would say probably for me whimsical.
But give people a choice.
Because everybody has something.
It's 50-50 for me.
Because there's stuff on his outside.
I'm a practical.
It depends on how deep, where we going with it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What about being chronically late? That could be passed down from one generation. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like it was passed down. And here I am struggling with being chronically late. And
It's a generational curse to be chronically late.
It was
I think it's a learned characteristic. It's a learned characteristic.
Okay. She's always 15 minutes late for a date. I can't deal with that. So
some people are like that. Some people are like
that.
Well, no, I mean, now
Dominique's pretty much on time. She's like, give her about 10 minutes.
I just have anxiety. Anyway,
I
was gonna say,
and I fight it like it's a disease. Like,
some people get paralyzed with pressure.
What if you decide, hey, okay, because I want to be with you, I got to be with you, but we don't have to have kids. That's a choice
the couple has to make.
You have to be open and honest.
I agree with that.
Full disclosure. Would y'all do that?
How about that? How about that?
Oh no, come on.
Well, how about let's talk about disclosure.
I got 5. I need to have
in today's society. You do a sex change, right? You do a sex change. You're now a female. And you get into a relationship. It's full disclosure. We gotta be. And then now you can't have kids, but you never told them.
Oh,
come on now.
Okay, I got a story.
About that?
I got a story to
disclosure.
share. So I was invited out to this event, and it was at a club,
And I don't want to like always be the no. So I went. We're all dancing on the dance floor, getting down, having fun, and it's pretty relatively clean until I didn't, I was feeling things. I was like, oh, this is just a dance, buddy. Oh, don't worry, that's a prosthetic. I was like, oh, this is not a story. This happened to me.
So was it a female male?
Philly on Chestnut.
On Walnut.
I said, and then guess what dumbness comes out of my mouth? Oh, it's okay. And they were like, oh my God. And they said, I'm offended. I'm a little offended right now. I was like, oh, what was I supposed to say?
You just told me what I'm feeling on my derriere
So
is a prosthetic. What am I supposed to
Was
say?
it a male or female then?
It was visual male,
Okay.
But
but
biologically.
a birth female.
Oh.
So I was like,
And so they're walking around just willy-nilly
that's a first
with
for me. So
Oh.
I said,
Whoa.
So then when I really pondered, I kind of like, and just kind of like wandered back downstairs. I just was like, this is too much for me. This is why I don't belong in these. This
In the
is
streets.
a lesson
Yeah.
learned. So then I thought to myself, what should I have said? Oh, we are one.
All right, I think we're going down
We
a
are one. And I want to be. Okay, I'm just saying, I don't have experience interacting with, the LGBTQ community. And I believe that love always comes first, as in, it's not my job. I don't feel called to judge. I feel called to represent my beliefs and my faith, but I feel called to love my neighbor and just, so I never I'll never be hateful towards anyone, but and I'll definitely try not to be, but it was the first time for me. It was very out of the
unexpected. You
ordinary.
didn't even know how to like.
So I didn't want to be offensive, but I was just like,
Who's out here traveling with that? Like,
That's
just,
what I'm
it's just
saying.
sitting in your pants.
Like, I'm gonna say you about to be in the moment
No,
and you need it.
It could have
You know
been.
what I mean?
It could have been a permanent prosthetic.
Oh, I
Instead of a
didn't think
temporary
about
prosthetic.
that.
So
So if it's a permanent prosthetic, it permanently stays hard?
I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works.
I mean, I don't. Pierre, be nice.
But
I don't know.
that just shows what the kind of the world
Where we're living in now.
But,
I
I
think dating world versus 20 years
No, it
ago.
can't be
I
a
think they were
prosthetic
expecting-
that's permanently hard. No,
But how's it gonna
No.
get? How's it
You
get
can
soft?
pump
No.
it. You can pump it and deflate it.
Dildos hard?
You felt the
but that's
guilt,
not,
bitch.
that's not a
Give
permanent
it.
prosthetic.
Junior said he felt the gift forgiveness.
Oh yes,
We're
I
not
did.
gonna make fun.
Yes, I did. Junior deleted it.
So I think but who really walks around with just walks around with this?
Now run that back, Gene.
So I
guess
think
it's part of your character. I don't know.
I think they expected me to say
Wanted you to feel it.
and so or like and
Right, and
kind of just
Let's
so,
go.
But so
I'm ready.
you know what to say. But a comment says Emmanuel Jr. says quality at my stage now would be intimacy at all levels, not always sex. Although
Can
I'm
I-
always down.
Yes.
And then Zahn says, he who bears love will eventually bear the emotion of hate. As we are driven with so much emotion and so much love for one another, one person can hurt another by just words or some with action. Should one just... Where did I lost this one? Should... Go ahead, Natalie.
Should
Should
one just leave?
or one should just stay at... It depends...
On the situation, how extreme it is again. You have to love yourself in order to know when it's time to leave.
Yes, Don. You
Oh,
do. You
giblets.
do. But can
Well,
with
you
back?
got your husband.
Mhm.
Uh,
Can I?
told ya.
So
long-
Junior, with the intimacy thing, there was something that I wanted to read, and it really resonated with me. And the reason why it did is because it reminded me of my husband in a way, because so many times he
Trust me.
No, sorry,
you're
Natalie.
good.
No, go,
Seriously.
go.
No, I just want to read something. This really.
No, seriously, you're
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Absolutely. I don't have my time thingy today.
You know what?
Seriously.
All right. So what I wanted to say, what his comment was, quality at my stage now would be intimacy at all levels, not always sex, although I'm always down. So like sex is not intimacy. Late night talks are not intimacy. Living together is not intimacy. So what is real intimacy? Saying I love you is not intimacy. Posting photos together is not intimacy. Knowing each other's passwords is not intimacy. Intimacy is when you can break down in front of him. And he doesn't say, calm down, you're overreacting. Others have it worse. He just says quietly while you fall apart. He doesn't try to fix you. He doesn't lecture. He doesn't minimize you. He's just there, present, holding space. Intimacy is when you can say, I need help. And he doesn't answer, you're strong, you can handle it. He asks, what do you need right now? And then he does it. Without reminders and without keeping score. Intimacy is when he knows your darkness, your 3 a.m. anxiety, your self-hate days, your wounds you hide from everyone else. He doesn't run. He doesn't turn you into a problem to solve. He doesn't disappear. He stays in the dark with you. Intimacy is when you don't play a role. You're not the perfect girlfriend, not the always positive one, not the low maintenance girl. You're real. You're messy, sometimes heavy. And instead of, what's wrong with you? He says, I'm here. We can talk when you're ready. Intimacy is when he remembers your words, not just the big talks, the small things you mentioned once, casually. You said you liked the song. You said your mom's situation is hard. You said this matters to you. He remembers and he actually listens. Intimacy is when he protects you, not only from others, but from yourself. When you say, I'm a bad woman, partner, human, he doesn't say silent. He says, stop. No, I won't let you talk about yourself like that. And tells you why. Intimacy is when you can be angry at him and he doesn't punish you with silence. He doesn't manipulate. He doesn't play ego games. He says, I hear that you're hurting. We'll talk when you're ready, because real intimacy can handle anger. Intimacy is not what happens in bed, not how much time you spend together, not how many photos you have. It's how safe you feel falling apart in front of him, knowing he won't use it against you. Most people live together for years and never experience intimacy. They know schedules, habits, coffee orders, but not fears, not wounds, not what keeps you awake at night. If you can't break down in front of him, it's not intimacy. If you're scared of being too much, it's not intimacy. Intimacy is being all of you, light, dark, strong, broken, and being chosen with all of it.
I just want to snap on that.
Because I have
That's
my
very
broken
good.
down moments, and just his hug was like, damn, that made me feel so good. You know?
I've been in a place where I felt like I wouldn't dare share my intimate insecurities because I knew it was gonna be thrown back in my face. And so I hope that one day I could experience vulnerability where we don't throw it back in each other's face and I can be vulnerable.
I think I'm the
With
person, he's more accepting. I'm more of the rigid person. So he has taught me how to be that safe space for him. I'm going to say that.
Woodley is a walking green flag. Hopefully you get a chance to meet him.
You
I'm
were
telling
gonna
you.
say something, right? You were gonna share something.
Yeah, no, it was just she said hug, and I was like, "It's Jamar smell for me. If I'm having a bad day, I walk up and smell his neck, and I'm like, okay, I'm all right."
It was the music for me, and it still kind of is. But it was the piano, listening to piano, or the guitar, or the bass. It was like something jamming, and that was like my whew. That was the thing in the past.
What's your thing? What's the thing that soothes you with your man? The one thing that he does, and it's like melts away any tension.
Never mind. I'm gonna take out the fan.
Here's always steaming.
I'm sorry.
With no words.
The PG answer, his drinks.
Okay.
Oh, what gets you there?
It must be the mummy kind of drink.
Sauce
Yeah. Maybe it's
For
deep
those who
voice.
don't know.
Yeah, sauce blanc. Sorry. Ooh, we are live. Okay.
Rooted in real.
Yes.
Rooted
So
in real.
to wrap it up,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we're definitely gonna revisit this topic. It's just too much to say. But you know,
We're gonna also see if we can get our brother's perspective.
yes,
The
yes,
male's
for sure,
perspective.
for sure. So
Yeah,
we're gonna leave.
yeah,
you-
right, Zon. You
Yeah.
playing just as innocent as your
I don't know
wife.
what you talking about. We're gonna leave you with some tips that we found helpful in our 4.5 years of marriage. Would we wrap it up? 8 years of marriage, 7 years of marriage,
No.
and your years of marriage when you were married.
Oh no, just we hit 5. We've been together for 15, but married for 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna read this off
Together.
Yeah, you take one, I'll take the other, and just go down the list real quick. I'll leave you with these helpful tips. Christine, we'll start with one. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is A.
No, just the number one.
All right, helpful tips. Never belittle your man.
Never talk down to him or her.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the tips from the wives to the husband. Like, if you're a wife or you want to be a wife, to the husband, not to do to the man. There is one for
Women.
the other way.
Oh.
But we're not gonna read it tonight. We're gonna let when the
do
men
that.
come, they'll read that.
Yeah. So these are tips for women to their men. So we can start over. Let's. So the first
Nice and
tip that I
loud.
want to give
Nice and loud.
is never belittle your man.
Never talk down to him.
And this is public or private. Never ignore him.
Never let him feel replaceable.
Never play down your need for him.
Never cause him to feel embarrassed.
Never look away or text while he's talking to you.
Oh.
And just like that, y'all, we won't hold you any
There's
longer.
more.
Oh, wait.
Go
wait.
ahead.
Hold on.
Never.
Go ahead.
Let me get you. Where we at?
Number 8.
Oh.
Ooh, never manipulate him.
I'll share with Nat. You share with her.
Never boss him.
Never manipulate him. How does that work? No, I'm kidding. Because I know a little sexual
Well, you ain't gonna. Well, that.
Like, I don't need to tell
Sorry.
him. Like,
manipulation. Never laugh at his mistakes or faults.
This again, I'm gonna reiterate: in private or in public, private and public. Where we at? Number 11. Don't put anyone before him.
Except for God.
Okay.
Never put any person before him.
But God. Never mind. Putting God first is ultimately.
Like your family, your bestie, your pastor, even your relationship coach or counselor. He comes first.
Not even them kids. Never be too busy for him.
Never be inconsiderate of his feelings.
And never tell his personal business without his permission. And thank you. And just like that, y'all, thank you for joining us on
Thank
tonight's
you. Yes.
episode of
Rooted in
in
Real
Delva
Diaries.
Diaries.
Thank you guys for coming and sharing your night with us. Thank you.
For those of you that left, you can watch us again. Pick up where we left off. Where you left off tomorrow. We'll be on cmpradio.net and YouTube.